She has this. She's so kind to everybody on the team. People really like who she is, but she plays with such a toughness to her. People really respect that about her. What do you make of that dichotomy?
Well, I think we always talk about being a different kind of person on the floor, right? Like it takes a different mentality. I think she really exemplifies that. She is. It's like she's a beast on the floor. She's competitive, and off the floor, it's like she's kind. She's a mother hen. She's great to everybody. She's welcoming and inclusive, and she's just really the perfect example of what you mean.
Being a rebounder as good as she is at that size, what do you think makes her so good at that? If it's technique, if it's just willpower, how did she do it?
I think she's got great instincts, number one. She's got a great feel for the ball. She has great body control. She understands how to use her body to put herself in position to get those rebounds, and she's got a toughness about her. So I think it's a combination of all three things.
Just from an injury report standpoint, do you expect Aliyah, Lexie, Ty to play tomorrow?
I don't know if we're going to play them tomorrow. I think we'll still probably be cautious with that. I think the goal is probably to get some of the minutes on Saturday if we can, but still, we've got another week again from that game until our home opener. So we'll take it slow. We'll see how it goes. Every day they've been adding things that they've been doing in their return to play, and so there's no reason right now, I don't think, to rush it. So we'll make sure that they're fully ready to go.
Steph, he's going to the second preseason game. What things you're looking for just as far as continuity and building on what you've done over the last few weeks?
Looking for us to tighten up some things on the defensive end of the floor. Ball screen coverage, making sure that we're in the right position, not allowing two-way goes and some actions that we want to make sure that they only have a one-way go. Initial positioning off the ball in particular, how we pick up the ball, not taking chances. So a lot of detailed stuff on the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, we're adding some things this week, so our ability to pick it up and to carry it over and to continue to build on how we want to play in terms of pace, space, movement, and tempo. We've gotten better every day. They've done a really good job of coming in ready to work, and hopefully that'll show itself tomorrow.
Do you think there's an advantage or disadvantage to having 3 preseason games versus 2, or pros and cons of?
I always love playing games. I think the players do too. It gets a little monotonous sometimes in practice. Now we got a great group that's really making it difficult on one another when we're able to go in practice, which I love because it makes it easier when it comes game time when you're playing a different opponent. But at the same time, making sure that we can get on the floor against an opponent, I think, is important.
How much live action are you able to get during these practices?
Yeah, we're able to get quite a bit of live action. And it's competitive, and it's the quality of depth that we have makes it challenging for one another. Taking things away, not allowing it to be easy. Of course, we have our guys who make it challenging as well, so that when we're ready to scale back in terms of volume, we can utilize them a little bit more. But I love it when our group's going against each other. I think they really do a great job of pushing and challenging one another.
You mentioned the defense from that last game. Oftentimes it felt like they were getting past that first defender, and was it like breakdown in communication, or the help side wasn't coming over? What were you seeing on?
Yeah, I think initial breakdown, initial positioning, number one. Our closeouts have not been very good. Our closeouts have to be better. We talk about having to guard our yard, like we have to guard 1 yard to the right and 1 yard to the left on our own. We can't allow blow-bys, and some of that is technique, some of that is discipline. We've got to be able to take care of that, and then we build in rotation from there. We want to allow one-way goes, and our help side's built into the way that we want them to go. And if we allow them to go the other way, we're in trouble. So I just continuing to build discipline, habits, and continuity, I think, is really important. There are players who are used to getting away with some things that when you get to the next level, you can't. And then there's getting back into what it means to be playing games as opposed to training, like some others have done in the off season. So it's just details.
Obviously, the outcomes of these games don't matter, but as competitive, which extra motivation is it to kind of all the time areas preseason?
Every time you want to put yourself in a position to win. That's the nature of what you want to do. But at the same time, it's also about playing different combinations. Seeing who we like playing together, getting players reps on the floor, getting players experience, being able to see players. Obviously we have to have a roster cut down. It's one of the hardest things that we have to do, and so making sure that we can fully evaluate players is really important. We're not going to go overboard in order to win, but at the same time, from a competitive spirit standpoint, like we want every possession that we're out there to be elite and to be up to the standard that we want it to be. So that's the mindset.
And obviously, too, you got Dallas coming in here with a lot of different sides. You're back on your home floor. totally expected this atmosphere to be.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. I mean, you've got two of the best young players in the world that are playing. They're kind of highlighted in terms of the coverage, right? But you've got back-to-back number one picks with Dallas, and they have a lot to be excited about. Their free agency had great free agency. They're going to have a different team. Jose is an outstanding coach. We've got to be prepared for a lot of different things, and just like us, it's like they don't have a lot of it in right now. They don't have everybody playing right now, but it really gives us an opportunity, I think, to guard differently than we had to in our last matchup. As will Nigeria on Saturday, gives us an opportunity to have to guard different. So, I expect it to be fun. It still is preseason, so it is what it is from that standpoint. But I think it's going to be a good atmosphere.
Steph, kind of an off-the-ball question, but in this era of like betting, social media, stuff like that, have you found yourself having to coach the mental health side of the game more than in the past? And how do you approach that conversation with your players when they're more popular than ever, but also it comes with a lot of stuff that probably nobody wants to sign up for?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's the nature of the beast. It's how far we've come. We're gonna, as players and as coaches, deal with things that we haven't had to before. And so, yes, we have a sports performance coach, and Dr. Jamie Rubin. She works with us. She works with the Pacers. She does a great job of being a resource and being available. We implement certain things that we do pre-practice just to help us, be present, help us mentally make sure that we can find ways to minimize distraction as much as possible. And we talk about it. I mean, I think that's the other thing is you got to talk about it. There's a lot of things going on with sports betting. There's a lot of unkind people on social media. I mean, there's a lot of things that you have to deal with that comes with the territory. So we want to just prepare and give as many resources as we can to our players.
One more question. Hey, Coach, I know Eli already alluded to it. It's still preseason, but you get to have the chance to be in front of your fans. It's only a preseason game. Not everyone's going to be playing, but how much are you looking forward to having a game in front of your home fans?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I mean, our fans are incredible. We expect it to be a packed house. We expect it to be a great environment. And it's been a long time since last fall. The last time that we were able to play a game, in our home arena. So I'm really looking forward to playing at home and getting an opportunity. We have a lot of early home games too, so it should be good for us.